Hello, hello. Welcome to the Kathleen Sessions. My name is Kathleen Slattery Moscow, and this is the show where we talk about stepping up and into our finest hour. If you want to contact me directly, if you want to send me an email directly, you can do so at theKathleenSessions.com. Just hit the Contact Us button, and those emails come directly to me. So if you think that if you've got feedback that you want to give me on the episodes, or if you want to share how any of these topics are playing out in your own life, I would love to hear from you. And it leads me to the second thing I want to say, which is I want to give a huge, huge shout out to Denver, Colorado. What is going on in Denver? Denver is the highest rated city for this podcast, which means lots of people there are listening and sharing the podcast with others. And I'm super, super grateful. It's been interesting to see the different places in the country and the different places in the world where this podcast is getting traction, where people are finding meaning in it. And if you are one of those people who find meaning in what the things that we're covering, who think that this show is important and relevant and inspiring, please consider being an ambassador in your town or city by sharing the show with others, by talking about these topics, by talking about the episodes. And by ambassador, I just mean unofficial ambassador. So if you are someone who is sharing what we're doing here, I would love to hear from you. So again, send me a message at theKathleenSessions.com. Okay, so today we're talking about 10 minutes of strength. I had mentioned, a while ago, a couple months ago, that we would be circling back to things related to our body, our physicality quite often, because we need our health, our physical health, to be able to thrive in the world, to be able to step up and do our finest work in the world. And so it's something we will circle back to frequently. And in the last episode, which was called Your Environment, where we talked about how do we stack our environment in our favor to help us lead the lives that we say we want to live, I had mentioned that I do 10 minutes of strength training a day. And I wanted to flesh that out a little bit more today. I wanted to give you the whys behind 10 minutes and what I do during those 10-minute periods. And let me take a step back for a moment and just say, yes, I am a personal trainer. Yes, I am a yoga teacher, but I'm talking to you today more just as a woman, as a human being who needs to do strength work. I need it for bone density. I need it for, strengthening my hip complex area so that I can move through the world gracefully. I need it to strengthen my back so that I can have good posture and counteract all the typing and the texting. There's so many reasons that I need strength work and so many reasons that you need strength work. And what I had found was I was blowing it off. It just wasn't happening. I can't exactly tell you why. I absolutely love to work out. I do lots of different types of workouts, but for some reason, I was blowing off my strength workouts. So what I had to do is I had to tie it to something I love to do, and that made sure that I got it done. So what I mentioned in the last episode was that I love to walk. I love to hike. You can't hold me back from hiking and walking every day. In fact, I would take 10 walks a day if I could. So what I decided is I would not do my first walk of the day without doing my 10 minutes of strength work. So I tied the two together to make sure that the thing I absolutely needed, which is the strength work, got done before I did the thing that I need but also just love to do. So that has been very effective for me. And I just wanted to give a little bit more insight in terms of those 10 minutes and why 10 minutes. I'm sure there are other personal fitness trainers listening to this show who might disagree with 10 minutes or might disagree with some of the stuff I'm about to say, because they think I should be doing it longer or whatever the case is. I totally get that, but I'm just sharing what has worked for me, what has been personally effective for me. So anybody can use or lose this. Maybe this will help you as well, or maybe you'll be able to glean something from what I'm about to say. But I'm by no means saying that this is the be all and end all in terms of how we can approach strength training or being strong in our lives with our physical bodies. So 10 minutes. Here's the deal. Even I was surprised as a personal trainer how much I could accomplish in 10 minutes. So this is how it goes for me. On Mondays, I do upper body. Tuesdays, I do lower body. Wednesdays, I do abdominals, and then I start over. So Thursdays is upper body, Fridays is lower body, and Saturdays is abdominals or core. And on Sunday, what I do is I pick one of them to do. So I don't skip Sunday because I don't take an off day because I found one off day leads to 5 off days for me. So I know myself well enough that this has to be a daily habit for me so that I can keep the momentum going. But on Sundays, I pick the one I want to do. So if I'm feeling like, yeah, I could use a little bit more core work this week, I'll do core. Or if I'm feeling like, ooh, I could use more strength in my glutes and my legs, then I'll do lower body on Sundays. And again, what surprised me, as a person, as an individual, but also as a trainer, is how much I could accomplish within 10 minutes. And especially because I'm focusing on one area of the body. So, I am fatigued by the end of the 10 minutes. I can get so much in, and I found that I personally don't need to do 30 minutes or 45 minutes or an hour of strength work for it to be effective. Now, granted, I'm not training for any bodybuilding competitions. I'm not training for any weightlifting competitions. But in order to stay strong, I've been surprised how effective 10 minutes could be. So one of the things I'm going to do in the next week or so is on our YouTube channel. I know some of you are watching this on YouTube right now, but many of you are listening to the podcast and don't even know we have a YouTube channel, but we do. So all of these episodes do air on YouTube, so you can watch me sit here and talk with the microphone. But what I'm going to put up on YouTube in the next week or two is I'm going to put up a couple videos of some sample sequences that I do on these given days in terms of upper body, lower body, and core, just so you can see what it's about. But typically I'll pick 3, 4, maybe 5 moves. I'm usually around the 3 mark, and I will do them consistently for 10 minutes. So for instance, for lower body, and I'm just going to talk you through this right now, but again, you'll be able to go soon to YouTube channel and see an example. But if it's a lower body day, I'll do 20 goblet squats. So goblet squats are the ones where your toes are pointing out and your knees are tracking over your toes, and it helps hit your inner thighs a little bit more. So I'll do 20 goblet squats followed by 20 lunges on each leg, followed by 20 deadlifts. Now, granted, with these, I'm using weights, but if you don't have weights or access to weights, which I know are hard to come by right now, I think there's a high demand and a low supply for weightlifting stuff right now. But if you don't have weights, you could do any of the strength work with just your body weight as well. And a lot of days I do. I'm doing push-ups and things along those lines, or I'm doing my squats and stuff without my weights. But so getting back to my example, I pick one number like 20, and then I just keep cycling through those things for the 10 minutes. Sometimes I might take a 30-second break, like 5 minutes in, but a lot of times I just keep moving through the moves for the entire 10 minutes, and it is unbelievably effective. It helps me fatigue the muscles so that they regroup and re-strengthen and grow. And I love it. It's very efficient. And one of the things that has helped me is I play music loud-ish during these workouts, and it really helps because I usually don't use music in most of my other workouts. I don't use music when I run. I rarely use it when I walk. I don't, if I'm practicing yoga on my own, I don't use music. But I have found it to be super helpful, just energizing with the strength workout, and it makes the 10 minutes go by so fast. So if I'm home, if I'm alone, if there aren't other people in the house, I just turn up the speakers, the regular regular speakers. And if there are other people in the house, I'll use headphones. Anyway, like I said, I will post more details. There will be more specifics on the YouTube page, but I just wanted to put this out there as an option for you. If you find you are not getting your strength work in, remember first that you absolutely need it. We all need it. It's so critical. Second, know that you can accomplish a lot in a very short amount of time. Third, stack it onto something else going on in your day. Tie it to something else. Maybe it's tied to brushing your teeth. Before you brush your teeth, you're going to do your 10 minutes of strength or 5 minutes of strength or whatever it is, to make sure that it happens every single day. Just marry it with something else. And that's back to that habit stacking concept that we talked about. That was in James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. Give him a little plug again. Okay, everybody, that's it for today. Again, let me know, contact me directly. Let me know how things are going for you. Give me some feedback and continue to share the show with others, and visit me at theKathleenSessions.com. Don't forget that this right now, this here today, that this is your finest hour. Thanks, everybody. Have an amazing day.